dun, 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 dun. Volume 2, Chapter 4.
Yay, episode 4.
Now, do you remember what happened last time?
They found a person named Nico.
And he had a sandcastle. The greatest sandcastle. All right, and they were spending the night. Okay, sit down. So it was morning at Nico's sandcastle. The sun was rising, birds were chirping, the weather was perfect. There was a soft fog-like mist in the air. And just as the first beams of sunlight hit the sandcastle, the whole place looked like it was glowing with golden yellow light. It looked like a dream. It looked amazing. Isaac and Elena got out of their beds, tidied up the guest house, and walked toward the courtyard. Nico was already there waiting for them. "Good morning," he said. "I hope you slept well." Yes, definitely," Isaac replied, especially considering how poorly they slept the previous 2 nights. "So now what?" Elena asked. Just then, the ground shook, almost like Elena's question was immediately answered. "Earthquake!" They all shouted as the ground shook very hard. "Oh no!" All around them, the once beautiful sandcastle started to crumble. No! All that work! The ground stopped shaking. Half of the castle was already in ruins. Elena wanted to cry. Isaac was feeling very, very sad for all of Nico's hard work. Nico looked around and said, "First, is everyone okay? Because that's what really matters." "Yes," Elena said. "But what about all your hard work? Aren't you sad?" "Kinda, I guess," Nico replied. "But it was a sand castle after all. They aren't built to last, are they? One bad rainstorm and it would have all melted away anyway. Besides, I wasn't going to stay here forever. It was fun while it lasted." "I like your attitude, Nico," Isaac said. "That's probably the best way to look at it when stuff like that happens. Besides, you probably learned a lot about how to build and make stuff, and you'll always get to keep what you've learned." "That's exactly right," said Nico. Elena was still kind of sad, though. She really liked the sandcastle. "We better get out of here," Elena said. "When there's earthquakes near beaches, sometimes there's huge waves." So they got all their things as fast as they could. Nico grabbed a chest of his most important items, and they headed for higher ground near the edge of the forest. Just then, the tide came in very fast and very high, and it washed away the whole castle. The only thing that remained standing was the giant green door where they had all first met. Just then, a very loud explosion came from the east. It was super loud. Boo! They looked all over and could see a huge cloud of smoke and a big red explosion of lava from the top of the very tall mountain that was covered in snow. "First an earthquake, then giant waves, then a volcano," Isaac exclaimed. "Is this the end of the world or something?" As he said that, smoke began to fill the sky and cover up the sun. Everything looked weird, kind of grayish, and there was a weird, dusty, smoky smell in the air. As they all stood around in shock of what they had just seen, they could hear something in the forest. It was moving toward them, cracking branches, shaking bushes, and a lot of shouting, hollering, and yelling. Finally, it came into view. It was a warrior in full dark and glowing armor. He was running full speed out of the forest, stumbling along, tripping on branches, climbing up and rolling over the uneven ground until he came to a complete and perfect sliding stop right in front of Isaac, Elena, and Nico. "Oh, hello there," the warrior said. "You might want to take cover and hide. Unless you can handle an army of spider jockeys." "Spider what?" Elena said. "Just hide." Within seconds, 50 skeletons with bows and arrows riding giant spiders
Oh yeah, those.
came rustling out of the forest.
Dad, did you know spider jockeys can actually sing? Did you know the skeletons on spider jockeys can actually, skeletons' arrows can actually shoot farther than an original skeleton's arrow?
Scary. In a stampede, they rushed and scurried right past without noticing anyone. And they ran right out into the bright sunlight and immediately burst into flames. "Whoa!"
Did you know?
Everyone shouted. "What?"
Did you know the skeletons only burn?
Well, everything did.
Oh yeah, because the spiders.
They were probably scared of the volcano and the earthquake. But what were you going to say?
I was gonna say, when the skeleton burns, the spider burns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So ran out into the bright sunlight, and all of them burst into flames. And everybody said, "Whoa!" And then the warrior said, "Hey, free stuff," he shouted. And he ran over to where the spider jockeys all perished. Isaac and Elena and Nico all hurried over too and began collecting the spider string and bones and the arrows and the bows, and even some armor and experience orbs were everywhere. "Well, that turned out nice," the mysterious warrior said as he turned back and looked at the forest.
Hey, Dad.
"Hey, do you guys see that?" He pointed to the huge smoke cloud rising from the top.
Hey, Dad.
What?
Look, I cut in some of
Oh,
my
you
hair.
cut your hair. Shouldn't do that again. Okay, let's listen to the story. And don't cut your hair. So the warrior says he just saw the huge smoke cloud rising from the volcano, from the top of the snow and lava covered volcano. "Looks like Mount Num Num finally blew its top." "Mount Num Num?" Nico asked. "What's Num Num? Sounds like something a baby would call a cookie," Isaac said jokingly. "Well, there are tasty things on that mountain, that's for sure," the warrior replied. Elena interrupted. She put out her hand and said, "Hi, I'm Elena. That's Isaac and Nico. Who might you be?" "Why, how rude of me," the warrior replied. "I'm Ronan." "I'm a Roman," he said, pointing to his armor. "I've been roaming this land in search of a great leader, a lord or a master that can teach me. I'm always looking for new things to learn. I want to learn new and great things. Whatever is true and good, that's what I'm looking for." Isaac laughed. Elena glared at Isaac as if to say, "What's wrong with you? Don't laugh." Isaac said, "You mean to tell me you're a masterless warrior? Do you know what that word is used to describe you?" "Well, I like to think of it as between teachers," Ronan said. "A masterless warrior is called a Ronin," Nico laughed. Isaac and Nico both got the joke. Elena looked at them and scolded them for laughing at Ronan. "Say it all together, Elena. What is our new friend?" "Everything he said. Say it all together." Elena stopped and thought. Then she started saying out loud, "Ronan. A roaming Roman Ronin?" Everyone started laughing, including Ronan. It was funny. "Ronan, a roaming Roman Ronin. That's funny. Tell you what, Ronan," Elena said. "It's getting late. I think we've all had enough excitement for the day. Let's build a little camp here, and why don't we all stick together, at least for a little while? It seems like we're all kind of in the same situation." They all agreed, and they set up a camp Ronan lit the fire, and they told stories late into the night, and they all fell asleep. Dun, 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 dun. All right, that was chapter 4. What do you think about that one? Episode 4?
It was good.
Was that fun?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Golden boat.
golden boat? There's no boats in this one. What should we call this episode, Isaac?
The rush of the spider jockeys.
Spider Jockey Rush?
Yeah, or maybe the rush of the spider jockeys.
What if we call it Ronin, the roaming Ronin Roman?
No, I want it to be the
Spider Jockey Rush?
Yeah, the rush of the
Okay,
spider
we can do
jockeys.
that.
I think the rush of the spider jockeys sounds better.
Rush of the Spider Jockeys. Yeah, or Spider Jockey Stampede.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we got to do our thing. Remember? Okay, you ready? You know what we're doing? We're going to say goodnight. All right? Wait, go ahead. Isaac wants to start.
Good night.
All right, your voice cracked. Try again. Me. All right, go ahead.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.